cut him off on the highway?
Yeah. You finally beat me to a beat.
You did. Recording is starting. You good? Okay, are we all good to start the meeting, everyone? All right. Okay. I call to order the special meeting of council held on Wednesday, August 7th, 2024. Adoption of agenda. Can I get a seconder, please? Councillor Johnston, thank you. Any discussion regarding the agenda for this evening? All those in favor? And that's carried. Item number 3, new business. 3.1, the council receives the request from the PRRD for consideration. Can I get a seconder? Councillor Rabble, thank you very much. Moving into discussion. So, Ms. Stokes, it looks like they're wanting us to attend like a webinar about disaster risk assessment funding.
Yes.
Would there be a requirement for Pouce-Coupe to pay into anything, or?
I don't know, this is just the starting, so
Okay.
you would find all that out in your, when you go to the.
During the meeting, and so
And there'll be more correspondence that goes back and forth. I think this is just the initial meeting with the stakeholders to find out your opinions.
I'll definitely be attending, but there's no cap, and seeing as this is virtual, this is open to all of council. If any members of council would like to attend with me.
Please let me know who would like to attend so I can forward their names to the PRRD.
For sure. Okay, I got Councillor Whittle, you'd like to attend? Councillor Wall, you'd like to attend? Councillor Rabble?
I'd like to attend, subject to when it's hosted. I don't see a specific time.
Yeah.
It sounds like something.
So I'll send all your contact information and they'll reach out to you. And
Okay, perfect.
You'll get a meeting invite and you know where you go.
Okay. All right, yeah, so add myself, Councillor Wall, Councillor Whittle, and Councillor Rabble. And would you like There you go, we're all going. The whole group. Any other questions regarding that? Okay. We can just receive that for information now, right, Ms. Stokes? All those in favor of receiving information? And that's carried. Wonderful. Okay, next.
That council discusses the official community plan.
Can I get a seconder? Councillor Wall, thank you. Okay, discussion. Ms. Stokes, the floor is yours, my dear.
Okay, so Urban Systems has reached out to me, given that at the June, one of those meetings, council opted to go with the original OCP plan, and we forwarded that to the Urban Systems. They have reached out to ask if council would like to do another public engagement before it goes to the ALR. So what happens with the OCP engagement is we have the document that council has tentatively approved. You do the first reading, and then the document has to be submitted to the Agricultural Land Reserve, or Agricultural Land Reserve, where that will take 4 to 16 weeks for them to go through it. When they come back, if they have approved it, then it will come back to council, and then there will be an opportunity to have another public engagement, because at that time you will put the OCP that you've done plus the age-friendly component of the OCP, and they have to do an engagement for that. So they were wondering if council would like to just combine the 2 engagements instead of doing another engagement before it goes to the ALR. And then it comes back, and then, so basically what I need to know is if council wishes to do the first reading of the OCP, then it would come back on the August 21st meeting. And there will be a report from Urban.
We have to have one community engagement.
You still
regardless.
have to have another.
So it's just whether we combine it or.
Well, it's whether or not you do an extra one.
Yeah.
So what Urban has told me is this public engagement is optional because the changes that we did are very minimal and no need for another public consultation. So we will, but you will have to do one more with the age-friendly component and the OCP. So there is still and then there's also a public hearing.
So it would still technically be another community engagement.
Yes.
The community has an opportunity. It's just rather than doing 2, we would just do 1.
This way, it will get to the ALR
Quicker.
a couple months before. before,
Yes.
like in advance, so
Yeah.
if I bring it, I'll bring it back on the August 21st for an actual motion
Yeah,
from council. If council votes in favor, then Urban Systems will forward it off to Agricultural Land Reserve for all the stuff that they have to do.
Councilor Rabble?
So if I'm understanding this correctly, it's simply just some sort of direction at this meeting leads to either having another public engagement session with the OCP because of minor changes made, then that results in us either hosting it or not hosting it, then it goes to ALR, then it comes back anyways for more public engagement.
If you tell me tonight you don't want this public engagement, like another one, the report that will come forward on August 21st will be the recommendation to put it forward to the ALR.
And then we'll do.
And then it'll come back to
Right, so the public engagement is still gonna happen, it will just be, rather than before, it'll be after, once the ALR has reviewed everything.
There's a public engagement, and then there's also a public hearing before readings 2 and 3.
Councilor Wong, then Councilor.
Two questions. Is it the ALC or the ALR?
ALR, Agricultural Land Reserve.
Okay, so it's about taking West Coast out of the ALC.
Just have to sign off on it.
Yeah, they just have to sign off on it. I think it's.
Yes. No, sorry, the ALC.
ALC.
I'm sorry, it is the ALC, my apologies.
Okay.
It is.
I was thinking, I'm like, maybe I misread our OCP, but I don't
Yeah.
think it had anything to do with the ALR. ALC, okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
there's that one. And then the other question is, this is the OCP and the one that was approved that already has, that we discussed, that has
Yeah.
all of the public input we have
Yes.
for our trail network, what we plan to do around the village, drainage, everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one.
And it's gonna come back to you guys several more times before you.
We didn't have a crazy amount of engagement with it anyways.
I can't see the need.
No, and that's what she says. She says,
Changes we made are so small.
How much did we spend on the previous engagement?
Too much.
It would have been quite a bit, and there wasn't a huge turnout. We did create the OCP of the input we did receive, and this is what that document is. And so really, once it goes to the ALC, and then they've sort of signed off on it, we are still going to do another community engagement before the second and third reading, so it won't even be adopted at all until we do the next one. It's just sort of cutting off that one and combining the two of them. Councilor Rabble?
So would this be essentially waiving that public engagement so that it comes on our next August meeting for the first reading at our next August meeting? Not the first reading now.
We're not doing.
no, not,
Okay.
the reading's not now.
No.
Be the August.
It'll be August 21st that I would bring it back for a first reading.
And then once the first reading is done, then it goes off to the ALC, then when it comes back, it goes out for public engagement, and then once that process has been completed and everything's done there, then we can look at doing a second and third. Councilor Rao.
Could I propose an alternative? Since it's coming back on the August 21st meeting, and there's time between now, the 7th, and the 21st, now would then be an opportunity for public comments and questions about it anyways, right? So there's,
We didn't get any original.
but
And
technically,
there's going to be opportunity after the ALC approves it. So these are all steps you have to take before your OCP is approved. So there's this one, you guys say, yes, okay, it's good, you do the first reading, then it goes off to the ALC, ALC signs off of it, it comes back, then you're gonna do another public, you're gonna put it out there for the public to go over questions, comments, you're gonna have another public engagement. And at that point, you will do the second and third reading, and then I believe there's a break between before you do the fourth and adopt. It's different for this one than any other.
but all I'm saying, instead of purely just waiving the public engagement, during this interim, before the 21st happens, we still have an
Final-
opportunity for public input.
The final document won't be ready till the 21st.
Yeah, what's the point?
Well, and then
You
to,
want your input on the same thing we.
No, just giving people a fair shake
Yeah.
to give another piece if they want. There's still time.
Councilor Little?
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. People have had plenty of opportunity. It's going to come back to people again.
That's right.
And if we try squeezing it in between now and the end of the month, that's adding another thing to staff's workload right now. So that would be the other concern with that is we're engaging Urban Systems and paying them even more money for something that people people have had plenty of opportunity, and it's not like they don't get the opportunity, right? They can still, you know, it's publicly available. If people have concerns, I'm sure if they send emails to Ms. Stokes or any one of us in between now and, you know, when all 3 readings are done and all the public engagements, I'm sure it'll be, you know, forwarded onto us and we'll take it into consideration since it's got to come back to us so many more times. I think, you know, it's be better just to skip this one, save ourselves a couple bucks, because every time we've engaged with urban systems, you know, there's usually been a hefty bill attached to that, right? For their services. So, or it's our staff time doing it, right? So I think at this point in time, we're better off just to hold off until the next engagement.
Councilor Wall?
2 things really quick. When is the next village voice going on?
It just went out today, so it's printed. It won't be till next month.
Okay, so not that. I was gonna say, may I propose an option 2.5? We've had option 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna go right between 2 and 3. We could send out or post something on our bulletin board encouraging the public to come to our August 21st meeting. And we posed a question period regarding our OCP prior to the meeting. Or not prior to the meeting, but prior.
Like move the question period up regarding those.
Regarding the OCP, and if people show up, we can hear from them directly what their concerns are with the document or any changes they'd like to see, just from them being here, before we go into that meeting and do the readings.
Ms. Stokes?
We have to have urban systems here for that.
So, yeah.
And I will tell you that you're pretty close to the budget line right now on
Wasn't
the
everything.
Would we need urban systems here to hear questions from the public?
They have to be able to input it into the document.
Yeah.
We could make motions to change that after we hear from the public, and make a motion to add it or change it.
It would be easier if they were here.
Councilor Whittle?
Well, I think at this point in time, if there's members of the community that are that passionate about it, I think they're going to show up at the August 21st meeting and during our question period, raise their concerns just like any other item on the agenda. And, you know, if there was members of the community that were so passionate about it, as soon as we receive some emails or, you know, one of us would receive
I
an
can
email.
read you what Urban said about our public engagement. Despite the best efforts of the village in promoting it did not yield a high turnout, unfortunately, and options for moving forward public engagement are try again. We do always want to share the draft OCP with the community, so we can repost it on our website. We can, you know, put a notice out there, please look at the OCP. But they're unsure if we will get a turnout unless we can find a good already occurring event that sees a high turnout to tag on to, because people don't come up for this stuff.
In Canada, they were, but
All right, well, okay, yes, Councilor Brown.
The last question. Essentially, though, the proposal to waive this period of consultation, is that compliant with legislation and our requirements, just as a governance?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And then with that, I just see it as a necessity to just try again, right? That's always what we must do. So I think this period of time between now and then is a great opportunity for folks, if they do have any concerns about it, to bring it forward, and then to also freely attend any of our public meetings, of course.
Yeah.
So you're suggesting she puts it out on Facebook and stuff?
Well, I think that's,
I don't think we need to have a meeting.
if we can just publicizing it wouldn't
This is
hurt.
coming. Come on, August
yeah, because it's
21st.
publicly available already, so
Yeah.
bringing it up to the top, just for people to glance at again.
I'm all for that.
I have no issue with it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have to engage urban systems again until we need to, save us a couple bucks there.
Okay, I'm gonna put the motion on the floor that we waive this next public engagement and that we hold off until after the ALR comments have been,
Yes.
the ALC, sorry.
But we do advertise it's coming.
Um,
On Facebook, is that?
But yes, please advertise the draft OCP on our website and our social media. Can I get a seconded by Councilor Whittle? Thank you. Okay, any discussion regarding that? Okay, all those in favor? All those opposed? Okay, would you like to?
Noted.
Alrighty. All right, item number 4. In camera as per section 91 of the community charter, the council moves to in camera as per section 91C, C, labor relations or other employee relations. Okay, a seconder. Councilor Whittle, thank you. Discussion? All those in favor?